are ready to go. Take it away, Tom.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for dialing in on this. And it's a little bit faster than I think we expected to get it. So thank you to Pulse and John Marling for pulling off the fastest ever Pulse research project that I've done. And I want to say, John, since I left Buffalo in 2003 and you and I got together, I think it was in 2004 when we were launching Flight in Lee, we've been using Pulse in some form or another everywhere I've been. So Lee, and then St. Louis, and then Digital First, and then back to Lee, and now here. And I know that Chris White and his crew are using it across the Midwest after the Madison experience. So for those of you that will see what John has to say, I encourage you to pay attention and understand the power of this information. So two things I want to get off before we get going is one, the essence of the data that John's going to talk with you about, and he'll talk with you about the methodology to sort of verify the information you see, because the biggest problem we're going to have is the information is usually so positive it's almost unbelievable to you and to your clients. So we're going to get our head around how it could be. But remember that the information that John is sharing with us, the sample by definition is a sample of our readers and the users of our products. And so it's not a market sample, it's a sample of our own audience, which means it doesn't matter whether you believe we have a large or small audience, it just matters that you understand that our audience responded with these. And I have other research that's coming that's going to take a little bit longer to pull together that's called LEAR, which is the Lee Enterprises Audience Report. That one is a market study. And in combination with Pulse, it's going to give us some really, really powerful information to sell with. So I've seen this used from very large markets like St. Louis down to very, very small markets like Baraboo, Wisconsin. John has seen the same thing. It is really powerful data, and I'll turn it over to Tammy for a second here, and just I know everyone's starving for that. So Tammy, you want to do a little brief intro, and then we'll get out of John's way and let him roll. And I'm gonna.
And just briefly, I really wanted to say that I've heard nothing but positive things about using this Pulse research. So I am pulling together a couple testimonials from some folks at Lee so that you can see from actual sales reps so that you can see how they're using this data. But I wanted to just let you know that yes, we are recording this, and we really would like you to just hit the streets with this immediately. So if you have any questions about it, if John is available, I'm available, please reach out and really just start using it right away. And thank you, John, again, for pulling this together so quickly.
Well, thank you, Tammy, and thank you, Tom. And on behalf of the Pulse Research Team, again, this is John Marling, and I am proud and honored to join your team this morning. And this is the first step. We will be together partners to assist and support each other, but also your local, small, and mid-sized businesses. They are suffering today. They are absolutely staring at an abyss of uncertainty. And I've been in this business. I founded Pulse 35 years ago, and I'm proud to say we work with over 600 publications around the country. I can honestly say that now, right now, for you guys, is the best time ever, ever to assist and help your local businesses. You might think, well, how could that be? The pandemic, has absolutely destroyed everything. I mean, these are extremely challenging times. But this is a unique, once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for each of you. And the reason I say that is, in the good old days, and it doesn't seem like that long ago, does it? Back in February, every single business, just close your eyes for a second and think of some of the businesses that you're good friends with. You worked with them for many years. Back then, January, February, in the good old days, each of your businesses had a darn good idea of what the future would bring because things were normal. They could look at July of 2019 and have a pretty darn good idea what July of 2020 would be, right? And so information about and for their business was not as critical. But today, every single business, everybody in fact, does not know with any degree of certainty what tomorrow, what the next few weeks, next month are going to bring, right? There's absolute uncertainty. None of us have experienced anything like that. But here's what is so positive. I am sure that each one of you care about your local businesses. I know when I was an ad rep once, that was what gave me the greatest satisfaction, was assisting and helping my local businesses, right? And I'm sure that each one of you have a lot of friends and a lot of businesses you want to help. And therefore, that's why it's the best time to help, to really support them. Because every single business, and I want to repeat that, every single business today, right now, wants information, insight. They want a crystal ball. What the heck's going to be happening? What's in the pipeline for my business? You know, it could be a realtor, it could be a chiropractor, it could be a furniture store, it could be an auto dealer. Every single business category is facing that uncertainty. And as Tom and Tammy just mentioned, we did an extensive, comprehensive survey of your audience, not market, as Tom said, because that's important, of your audience and their household purchasing plans over the next 90 days. 90 days. We got an email from a publisher, and she said, a current shopping survey would really help our local businesses. We're freaking out right now, and I think you guys would agree with that. It would help us, the local paper, be viewed as the trusted advisor to help them navigate through these unprecedented times. In other words, this is your time to help your friends. Friends help friends, to be the consultant, to make a real difference in supporting your local businesses. All Pulse did is really, really, really simple. All we did was just ask the questions the businesses would ask of your audience. That's all. Not rocket science. So we asked, like a furniture store would, do you plan to shop at a furniture store? I'm sure you could imagine a furniture store in today's world asking, are you going to shop at a furniture store in the next 90 days? Of course they would. But would they also ask, what do you plan to buy? Living room furniture, bedroom furniture, dining room furniture, mattresses, right? And that's the great news. We asked for them. We asked for a realtor. Do you plan to list a home? Do you plan to buy a home? Do you plan to change or get a new realtor, in the next 90 days? A car dealer. Do you plan to shop at a new car dealership, used car dealership? What type of car do you plan to buy? New car, new truck, new SUV, new hybrid, used cars. We covered it all. It was a comprehensive survey of your audience. And here's the good news. We got 859 completed surveys. Now, that doesn't sound like a whole lot, but let's put that into perspective. When they do a national public opinion poll with 100, I repeat, 100 million households in the United States, Gallup, CNN, USA Today, they use between 800 to 1,600 for 100 million households in the United States. We've got 859 of your audience of the Buffalo News and I want to repeat, and your digital audiences. So this is of your total audiences. So it is spot on, accurate, projected. We could have gotten 5,000 survey. It would not change from the 859 we got right now. Or it might go up a half a point, from a person say they're going to use a chiropractor, it might go from 11% to 11.3%. But 859 is absolute. You've got gold. And that's fact one of the reps in Madison told me the other day. This is gold. This is absolute gold in today's world. Okay, so now, how do we use this information? I'll tell you, I founded Pulse 35 years ago, and too damn many times the research just sits on the shelf and gathers dust. Heck no. What we've done at Pulse is put together some tools where you can access the research anywhere, anytime. You can access it from home, the office, and here's the best part. You can go live and access the information with the business, with them in their business. You can also do it on a Zoom webinar. You are absolutely, totally enabled. No excuses. I'm going to be blunt. No excuses. And you can access and create a compelling, engaging, grab the interest of the business with information from your survey for them in under 60 seconds. 60 seconds. But let me show you quickly, and then we're going to go live, some of your tools and a little bit of how to use them. The first tool is the Pulse Teaser. What do you see on the screen? Oh my gosh, a big number, 1739. But this is a very, very important big number because this is what's in it for them. In this example on the screen, that's 1,739 households who plan to change or get a new financial advisor in the next 3 months. The next 3 months. Nobody else has information this fresh and compelling. How did we calculate that? It's really simple, and this is an example. Take the percent from the survey, in this case, 11.4% said they plan to change a financial advisor, times the number of households you reach. This is not rocket science, really simple. Percentage who said yes, times the households you reach. Could be print households, could be digital households, could be combined net print and digital households. And that's where the 1739 comes in. But that's not really important to you, is it? But it's damn important for that business, especially in today's world. This really gets their attention. I was participating in an NJ Advanced training in New Jersey the other day. And one of the ad reps was saying, well, I was having a really difficult time getting the attention of the business. They were saying, well, I'm busy, now's not the right time, on and on. And she said, then I decided to use the teaser. And I said, sir, I've got some good news. We did a survey. We asked the same questions you would ask. Well, what do you mean by that? Well, like in this example here, we asked you plan to change or get a financial advisor. Really? And she said, yeah, we found out there was 1,739 households that we reach, like Tom said, who are going to change to get a financial advisor. And here's the words from the ad rep. He immediately started listening. And so the teaser is one simple number, but it's what's in it for them, the number of households you reach who are in the pipeline in the next 90 days for that business category. And then you ask them, would you like to know more? Would you like to know more about their investment plans? Well, what do you mean by that? Well, what do they plan to do in the stock market? What do they plan to do with mutual funds? What do they plan to do with IRAs? You ask that? Yeah. Would you like to know? Sure. What's a good time to get together? It's a great tool and resource to set up the appointment. Quick story talking about setting up appointments. When I was there in Madison, we the good old days, we were able to go on site. After we talked about the teaser, everybody went back to their desk and picked up the phone to get some appointments using the teaser. So one of the gentlemen, he'd been there quite a while, one of the legacy team members, he called an insurance agent who had been blowing him off for quite a while. And so he was going to use this insurance agent to test and see if this really works. So he picked up the phone, called the insurance agency and said, hey, Bob, how you doing? So he said, what are you calling for? He told him, I'm not interested in advertising. Well, I thought you might be interested. No, we asked insurance questions. We did an insurance survey. Really? What did you ask? Well, you say, really? What did you find out? Well, there was 8,000 households who plan to change or get a new insurance. Really? And then he said, we also asked about your insurance plans. You plan to get new auto insurance, homeowners insurance, life insurance, even pet insurance. Would you like to get together? He said, can you come over this afternoon? Can you come over this afternoon? And let me pause here. What is the difference here? And I'm going to be very, very blunt, and I don't apologize for that. This industry still focuses on product. What I mean by that, you get out there and talk about you. You know, we've got a matching grant program. We've got a we're opening the doors program. We've got this, we've got that. That's about you. And they glaze over. All you have to do, and it's really, really simple, is just start the conversation with what's in it for them. Simple as that. So if you're with a financial advisor, you don't start the conversation with your grant program. No, you start the conversation with, I've got some good news. There's 1,739 households who plan to change or get a financial advisor. That gets their attention. As the lady in New Jersey said, now the person's listening. Then you can go into your matching grant program, because now you've got their interest. They see opportunity. They see value. Now let's go to the next presentation we have for you. It's the Pulse Flyer. It's the super teaser. Look at that headline. To help your business plan during uncertain times, Pulse asks the questions you would ask. This flyer is designed to take out on cold calls, to take out with existing businesses, to engage. And so like the teaser you saw a second ago, it's got the big number. 702 households in this case plan to change or get a remodeling contractor. Is that important to a remodeling contractor? Heck yes. Because once again, in today's world, they do not know. Once again, it's just taking the percentage from the survey times the households you reach. No big deal, okay? But look at the flyer. Look at the flyer. It goes further. It has information, details, mouth-watering opportunities for a business. I've been on so many four-legged sales calls that when they take a look at what's on here, they say, oh my gosh, look at the number of households who plan to remodel their bathroom. I should be advertising remodeling bathroom. Let me share another story from Lee Madison. This time we went out in the field. We had a flyer in hand. We walked into a realtor office. And as luck would have it, it was a millennial realtor. And it was a cold call. And so what do you think the millennial realtor said? Print is dead. I'm not interested. No time. And I very politely said, well, sir, I've got some good news. We did a real estate survey. What do you mean by you did a real estate survey? Well, we asked the questions you would ask. Like what? You plan to change or get a new realtor? Really? We also asked, what are your real estate selling plans? We asked about selling a personal residence, selling investment property, selling vacation. He said, really? What do you got? And I showed him the flyer. Showed him a flyer like the one you see here. He looked on that page and he saw there was over 2,000 listings for personal residences. And this is absolutely true. He looked at the ad rep and he said, what programs do you have? I'm interested in those 2,000 listings. This makes all the difference in the world. When you lead with value, you lead with opportunity, you lead with what's in it for them, then they're interested in finding out how and what you've got to reach them. They want to start a conversation. They want to connect with them. In this example here, a remodeling contractor would want to connect with, talk to, engage with 839 households who plan to remodel their bathroom. And so in today's world, once again, the businesses do not know. That's why I say it's the best time ever. Because every business you can think of does not know with certainty. If they did, they should be in charge of this country. Because it is critically important to know what's going to happen, that crystal ball. And you've got it. And so it's a unique time. So quickly, let me show you another example of what you have. And before I do it, I want to make a statement. I think in today's world, I know in today's world that the businesses that you're asking to say yes are extremely resistive, I'll be polite, extremely resistive to spending money, right? things are very, very tight. There's a lot of financial risk and uncertainty, right? We've got a great little tool for you to engage with the business, to help the business for themselves understand that, yes, they can sign that commitment, sign that contract, and say, yes, let's do it. And it's a very simple little, oops, there we go, wrong way. Oh, break-even calculator. You will notice there that it has a campaign cost, number of weeks, but what it has is the customer value. What's the value of that customer for the furniture store? Because what we want to figure out with their participation is, on a net customer basis, after they take out the cost of the furniture, on a net customer basis, how many new customers do they need during the campaign to pay for it? In this example you see on the screen, it's only 18. 18 over 52 weeks. That's about 1.5 a month. And so I'm going to show you live how you can engage with the business, get their input, so they figure out that, yes, I can. Because the bottom line is when they realize it's not about $12,000. That's not the conversation. That's not where you want to be in talking to people today. What you want to be doing is getting them so excited about the opportunity. You know, that there's 538 households who are going to remodel their bathroom, and all they need is just 18 to cover the cost of the campaign, and they then realize that this is a no-brainer, and they can get a lot more than that. Let me back up a slide, if I might. You also have in your program the Pulse One page. So this is the flyer and the teaser combined together with making a specific presentation and showing them how few customers they need right within the one-pager to cover the cost of the campaign. So it's got the big number, the opportunity for the furniture store. It's got where they could focus and get more. In other words, what to advertise. Look at that, over 5,000 pillow top mattresses. I've had many times a business say, well, wow, this is awesome. Look at the number of rugs. Let's start advertising rugs, okay? And then you show them they only need 5 customers to pay for a $24,000 campaign. Just 5. And Pulse builds right into this program how few customers they need to pay for the campaign. It's got the calculator built in. And by the way, since we're on the one page, we show them the ROI. How few customers they need for a 5-time, 10-time return. And then we show them what they're missing. In the real world out there, a business says, well, I'm on Facebook. I don't need you. I've got 300 who like me. So I put my rug special on Facebook. Well, they're missing 94% of your audience because 94% of your audience did not respond to a business Facebook post. So I'm covering a lot here, but the takeaway is you've got a presentation tool. It's one page. People are busy today. What does the one page do for you? It shows the teaser number, big opportunity. It shows the details. It shows a campaign, the grant program, how few they need, return on investment, and we asked a whole lot of questions about competitive media, such as real estate websites, Zillow, automotive websites, cars.com, et cetera. We asked about employment websites. Why? Because that's the real world. So we want to show FOMO, fear of missing out. And so the one page pulls it all together and gives you the opportunity to reinforce, engage, and get them to realize, yes, I can. So in summary, why do you decide what to use? It depends on where you are with that business. If it's a brand new engagement relationship, start the conversation with a teaser. If you're out there in person, use the flyer. If it's a business you worked with before, the flyer has more information. If you're then at the stage they want to reach your audience with your grant program, then pull it all together with the one page. And so the foundation is, like Tom said, the shopping information of your audience for over 200 business categories over the next 90 days, okay? So let me pause here. Are there any questions? And by the way, A lot of times in groups like this, you know, everybody is shy and they want to ask questions. Here's my email. It's Marling, M-A-R-L-I-N-G, marling@paper.net. So happy to answer any questions. So let me pause and just any questions right now. Okay, so now let's take a tour. So we're going to go to your Pulse Sales Tools. Each of you should have received yesterday an invitation from Pulse to create an account and log in at Pulse, P-U-L-S-E, research.com on any device, okay? And so let me first show you under Help and under FAQ, you can put a link to Pulse on your mobile phone. So I went Help, FAQ, and here's how to put, it's not a full app, but it works like an app. You can put a P on your smartphone, on your tablet, and the directions are right here. What's the benefit of that? So if you're out there with a business, my gosh, you can just pull out your smartphone, and everything you're going to see right now, you can do on your smartphone. It's totally mobile and interactive. Okay, so let's go back, and I'll give you a quick overview of your Pulse Sales Tools. So your Pulse Sales Tools essentially have at your fingertips the resources for the sales process and accessing the research. So you've got prospecting tools, not just any old prospects, but some darn good hot prospects. Then you're able to engage with a teaser or the flyer. Then you can go in needs analysis. Needs analysis is like you saw in the flyer presentation. Where's the need? Where's the opportunity for them? Is it bathroom remodeling? Is it kitchen remodeling, et cetera? Then the one-page presentation, how do you overcome objections? Well, I'm on Facebook, I don't need you. So show them what they're missing. And then here's a direct link to the closing tool. I would strongly suggest that each one of you do the Pulse training and certification. As I think you've noticed, there's a lot that you've got in the Pulse Sales Tool. It's pretty darn comprehensive. Sometimes it can be overwhelming. So we put together the Pulse Training and Certification Program. It's a very simple little program that takes you step by step through Pulse and the sales process. So you just click, like I've done here, and you click on Start Training. That sets up your certification. So let me just do that, okay? So I click on Start Training, and then as you go through each of the simple steps, and there's a nice little 3 to 4 minute video for each step. There's the welcome, you know, what works today. Where the heck do the numbers come from? Prospecting. You'll notice not only is there a short video, but then you've got hands-on assignments. That's to give you the real world with Pulse. I mean, we're only together roughly an hour today, but there's not enough time to cover everything in Pulse. And so you've got at your fingertips a nice little step-by-step, come up to speed on your Pulse program. So every single functional element, the sales steps, you know, teaser engagement, getting the appointment, flyer, needs analysis, one page, how to close, overcoming objections, there's reporting, et cetera, right at your fingertips. So as you're going through it, and we'll go back up here to prospecting, you just click, you watch the video, and as you do the assignment, you click on that. So that's the Pulse training program. I would highly recommend that each one of you today start the Pulse training. Okay, now let's go to the dashboard. I'm just going to do you a walkthrough, a real world walkthrough. Let's get you some prospects, okay? And so you click here. There's actually 5 prospecting tools before I click. There's a COVID-related prospecting tool, and then there's a prospecting tool with a map, a unique one that's prospects that are ranked by actual close results, average sale, and most sold based on over 6,000 ad reps using the program. I'll show you that next. And then you've got reader buying power special section. So let's look at the COVID prospecting tool. Let's find you some prospects. So we click on the business guide, and we've selected 25 businesses that are pretty darn good immediate opportunities for you. These are the business categories that have an increase in shopping because of COVID. Because people are spending more time at home, they have become very aware. Well, this sofa needs to be replaced. I should remodel that bathroom, by the way. There's not enough room in the bathroom for all of us. And so businesses that relate to the home have seen an increase. So remodeling contractor, hardware stores, okay? Lumber yards. There's also a lot of turbidity in the financial market. So there's, financial advisor, stockbroker, auto repair shops, et cetera, okay? And below that, Pulse has a list of other businesses that Pulse clients are telling us are getting darn good, response. So financial advisors, services, professional service. Look at the number of business categories you got. You've got literally at your fingertips every business category you can think of. Can you do a search? Absolutely. So now let's create a presentation for you. Let's do a teaser. Let's start engaging. So let's do the remodeling contractor. So we click on remodeling contractor. Make sure I'm clicking on the right line. There we go. Okay, so we're finding prospects. We click on find, and up will come a map of the focus on Central Buffalo. Can you change the map focus? Yes. Just change the zip code here. You can type in a name of another community or even a county. It's very, very flexible. It's a Google mashup. So now, right at your fingertips are remodeling contractors. Is it perfect? No, but it gives you a good list. Then on the left-hand rail here, by the way, you've got a list of remodeling contractors. Now, here's some options that you have. Pulse is very flexible. You can create a prospect list, in this case, for remodeling contractors. You click here, you see it says add to call plan, add to call plan, add to call plan, add to call plan, okay? And then you can go up to your call plan, but you could also click on create. You can create an account, a teaser, a flyer, or a one-page presentation. You can even go over on the map here and click, and you can click on account, teaser, flyer, et cetera. So everything's right at your fingertips. So I've added a couple businesses to the call plan. Why? It's to help you organize, okay? And so then you go up to call plan. It's a very simple program. And so now right at your fingertips are the businesses, in this case that I tagged to put on my call plan, my call list. By the way, managers, when you log in, you will see each one of your team members, me, Susie, Joe, Bob, Sally, their call plans listed. Now what do? It's really simple. You just mouse over here and look at this. You can just click. So you're at home, maybe working, or at the office. You've got a list of who you want to contact, in this case, remodeling contractors, and you just click on View Teaser. Okay, and up come not just one teaser option, but 3 teaser options. What to say over the phone. We've got an email option for you. We've got a printed option for you. You can change the audience options. So you just click right up here. You've got your print and web. You've got your print only. You've got your WNY, value publication, and you can add in custom, okay? It's just as simple as that. And so now let's take a look at the teaser. This is the most popular one, the printed teaser. So you click on print, and it prints as an 8.5 by 11 wrap, okay? And so it folds right here. And the beauty of this is you can fold this and put it around your matching grant flyer, the information piece. You got information piece on we're open for business. Whatever you've got, some printed information, all you have to do is quickly print a teaser wrap. It's got the big number, what's in it for them. It starts the conversation. Once again, you lead with what's in it for them. Don't lead with product. Lead with what's in it for them. So you wrap this around your product information. You can also staple your business card right here, okay? And look at this. You've got 10,699 households who will shop a remodeling contractor in the next, and this is a beautiful thing, next 3 months. Next 3 months. Would you like to know what else they plan to do, what their specific remodeling plans are? We ask the question. And by the way, the most important thing I've learned in over 2,000 four-legged sales calls, and this is really, really important, it's their survey. If you come in and say the Buffalo News did a survey, they're going to glaze over because they think it's your survey to sell them something. My suggestion is, in this example right here with the teaser, we did a remodeling survey. Think about that for a second. You're on the phone or you're in person with a remodeling contractor. You say it's the Buffalo News survey. Not going to fly. But if you say it's the remodeling survey that we did, we asked the same questions you did, we did a remodeling survey, that's a game changer. That's the most important thing I've learned, is right from the get-go, make sure they understand it's their survey, a remodeling survey, a realtor survey, a car automotive survey, a restaurant survey, because then it's them. Then it's them. And you did a remodeling survey. Why? Because you asked the same questions they would ask. You, of course, also did a restaurant survey, you did a chiropractic survey, but that's very, very important. And so it starts the conversation. Now we'll click off here on the teaser. And by the way, one of the things I think is very easy to do is I want to stay here on what to print. I just highlight it, cut and paste, and put it in an email. Why? Because it's got the big number that just pops out. So that's the teaser, okay? So now let's go back, and this time, let's use another prospecting tool. Let's go to and it's very unique, Pulse Hot Prospects. This is based upon the actual results of over 6,000 ad reps across the country using the Pulse tools. Because every time they create a presentation, regardless of the business category, it records it. So when you create a teaser like we just did for a remodeling contractor, it records that. And then I'm going to show you in a second the reporting program. When you put in what happened, then Pulse then is able to record for over 200 business categories the close ratio, the average sale, and how many have been sold. Look at this, by the way, when you click on category, here's the over 200 business categories: apparel, automotive, beauty, community, farm equipment, financial, general retail, health and medical. Look at all the health and medical. More health and medical, but this time asking you plan to change, you get a new dentist, okay? Retail, on and on and on, right at your fingertips. You can also search by just typing in insurance, okay? There you go, insurance, okay? Simple and as fast as that. Let's go back to the dashboard here. Click again on the type. Here's my recommendation. Click on most sold rank. That brings up, of the 200 business categories, the business categories most sold. So in this case, let's click on financial advisor. Number 8 most sold. There's a reason for that. You've got a great story to tell. And financial advisors are saying yes. 39% of the presentation said yes. So let's click here on financial advisor. In this case, let's show you how fast you can create a flyer. Okay? So we click on find. Up once again comes a map. Okay? This time we go right here. And for O'Mara Financial, we're going to click on flyer. We can put them on our call plan. We could create a teaser. We could create a full-page presentation. But let's create a flyer. Okay? We're going to go out and see this. See how fast you can create a flyer? It's as simple and as fast as that. It automatically populates it for you. Can you tweak it a bit? Sure. You can click here and change the audience, put in a special audience. But here's something that is phenomenally powerful. You're out there in the field, or you're on a Zoom webinar, okay? And so they're seeing your screen like you're seeing my screen, right? You click here on a little editing pen. Would you like to know more? You know, here's some investment plans here, but would you like to know more? And the business every single time says yes. So you click here on the editing pen, and now you go right into the research. Look at that. It's just amazing. Would you like to know about annuities? Would you like to know about city or state bonds, what the opportunity is? Would you like to know about IRAs? So many times when I've been out making cold calls business, well, I'll give you 5 minutes. Give you 5 minutes. 45 minutes later, we're trying to get out of there because they're so darn interested. This is a game changer. It's a game changer because it's about and for them. They love this. And once again, this is the best time ever. So you can talk about bonds, you can talk about non-U.S. stocks. These are the questions we asked, okay? Then you click here, you update it, and you've done something very special. You've created a market opportunity, business opportunity report for this business that they would spend tens of thousands of dollars to do. What's the benefit to you? It gets them talking, it gets them interested, and then they say, oh my gosh, I should be promoting my business. Look at this. The number of households is going to be changing, get a new financial advisor. I should be talking to them. What do you got? We've got a matching grant program. Get their interest first, what's in it for them, then go into your product. So that's how fast you can create a flyer, okay? Now, we'll go back to the dashboard. In this case, we're going to create a one-page presentation, but we're going to do it using the map of the sales territory. So you click on Map of Sales Territory. Up will come a default map. And the first time you put in your own area, by the way. Okay, so Buffalo, New York. And you can zoom right in. You can put in your own zip code. So the finer you make it, the more usable it is for you. And this is a great little program. I know as an ad rep, you forget about businesses sometimes, and because, you get kind of in a habit. And by the way, you can save your view. So you just click here, and then you can click on Add, type in your name, and save. And so you're saving, that geographic view, okay? So let's click here on Russo's Auto Service, okay? So we click on Russo's Auto Service. This time we're going to create a one-page presentation. So we click on Presentation, okay? So we click there. And now this time you build the presentation, okay? What type of business is it? Remember, we just clicked on the map. Click here on Automotive, click on Auto Repair, or you just type in Auto Repair. Okay, so Auto Repair Shop, okay? You select your audience. You start with a blank page, and then you can put in whatever you want. I'm going to put in print and digital, okay? Then I'm going to put in a specific proposal, a campaign. So let me put in here that maybe VIP, or we're open. And let's put in, let's say 24,000. I'll make it 18,000, okay? And it's over 52 weeks. It could be 13 weeks, whatever. Leave the customer value and the gross profit alone. That's just a placeholder when we get to the break-even calculator. Then we select some products or services. You're in charge here. You get to build your own program. But there's artificial intelligence built into it. So it gives you, in this case for an auto repair shop, what other ad reps have selected for their one-page presentation. And so it gives you like the props. So I like that. General auto repair, brakes is good. Oil change is obviously good. Alignment, shocks, okay? But you could also do a search, okay? And so you can search for anything. Maybe this auto repair shop also sells hot tubs. So you type in hot tubs, okay? And there you got hot tubs. Click on that. It's very, very powerful. You're creating your story. Then you click on Finish. So now you got the products and services. Then, let's say last time you were there, they said, well, we're on Facebook. We don't need you. So you click on Facebook, okay? We use email. We don't need you. We're showing them what they're missing. For those of you who relate to realtors, we got some great news for you. We've got real estate sites. We asked, if you were to buy a property in the Buffalo area, which of the following real estate websites would you go to? Zillow, Redfin, Realtor.com, etc. Look at this, Zillow. 33% of your audience said they would go to Zillow, but that means that 67% of your audience would not go to Zillow. Why is that important? Well, if you've got 5,000 listings and they're depending just on Zillow, they're missing 67% of your listings. In today's world, highly fragmented. Nobody reaches everybody. You don't, they don't. What I want to do is take advantage of that and show the realtor, for instance, what they're missing by not also using you. That's a key component of this. what they're missing by not also using you. We've got real estate sites, everything from Auto Trader, Carfax, CarMax, etc. We've got employment sites, okay? We've got search categories. We've got other apps in here, like Instagram, Pandora, Pinterest, etc., Snapchat. We got it all, okay? So in this step, we're going to show them what they're missing. And once again, you're in charge. You can put in whatever you want, what relates to that business. Let's show them the return on investment, okay? So we've got here an $18,000 campaign. Let's see, a 5-time return would be $90,000. So we just type in $90,000. It's just simple math, okay? You're just taking your campaign amount times a multiplier, 5, 6, 10. I just took 5 times. Why? The 5 times is a good return. I think you'd agree with that, okay? Now you can put in ad readership, and the reason I do that, it shows them that print is used to make decisions. And those are the simple steps of setting up your one page. It gives you the opportunity, starting with a blank page, to do a proposal. And now we just click on Save Presentation, and there it is, simple as that. But the one-page presentation, like I mentioned a few minutes ago, gives you the ability to engage with the business so that they figure out for themselves that this is a no-brainer. How do you do that? Let's say we're doing a Zoom webinar, or you're on your smartphone or a tablet with them. And they go, I don't know about spending $18,000. Let's work together. You're the boss. Let's figure out with your input the number of customers you need to break even. It's your decision. I mean, obviously, you need 1,000 new customers. That's kind of risky, right? But if you only need 24 customers, that's probably a no-brainer because we've got 50,000 households, 50,000 who in the next 90 days will use an auto repair shop. So let's figure out what's comfortable for you. We're proposing an $18,000 campaign. You tell them about what it's got in terms of print, digital, etc. What's the household worth? A new household coming into your auto repair shop, what would they spend, that household, over a year's time? We estimated, Paul, $1,500. What's the average household spend over a year's time at your shop? Well, it's about $1,700, okay? What's your cost of goods? They know this. You don't know this, but they sure do. My cost of goods is around 55%, okay? You make $765 net customer value. That sounds about right. Look at that. All you need is just 24 customers. Just 24 customers. That's only 2 a month out of the 50,000 we have. Does that sound realistic and doable? I've had so many times when I do this in the field with them, get their input, they say, well, that's a no-brainer. Why? Because you've taken away the financial fear, the risk. They realize that getting just 24 out of 50,000 is doable. It's realistic. But what if a customer says, I don't think 24? So what do you think is the absolute worst case scenario? Well, I think 18. 18, okay? So 18. So you click on the thumbs down. You're on your smartphone. You click on the thumbs down, 18. Well, 18 customers at $765, that's about a $13,000, $700 campaign. They just sold themselves on a roughly $14,000 campaign, and I'm sure you can find a combination of print and digital for $14,000 campaign. But the beauty of this is they just agreed to it. It's their worst case scenario. Only 24 customers at their net value per customer. It's a really nice little tool. I would highly recommend you use it because in today's world, it's harder than ever because of the financial realities to get them to say yes. You're not going to win a conversation on cost. You're going to get their involvement by getting their interest. Like, oh my God, 50,000. And by the way, you can zero this in right into their neighborhood because 50,000 might be a little overwhelming. So here's what I've learned how to do. Now we got to go back to the program. You can put in the number of households when you create the presentation right around their shop. So you could put in, we reach let's say 5,000 households, in this zip code, and 27% of 5,000 is roughly 1,500 within their zip code. They're going to change or get a auto repair shop in the next 90 days. I'm going to repeat that because I kind of get a little tongue-tied. When you set it up, you can change the households you reach to a more specific footprint, like a zip code. What you do is you just get an estimate on the number of households you reach in that zip code, type it in, and what does that do? It makes it so much more realistic. Because, an auto repair shop sitting there with his hands all dirty and gritty, and you say, we have 50,000. It's just too big of a number. So you can zero it right in to their neighborhoods, okay? And so now, let me show you a couple other things. The closing tool you can access right here, right on your home page. And once again, you can save it to your home screen, the pulse icon. You click and you just click on closing, and it gives you a blank sheet. It's a very quick and easy way to get the business involved so they figure out how few customers they need. So it's right in your Pulse tools. Okay? Now, let's show you some of the reporting things. You want to make sure you get credit for what you do. Having worked with, Tom Wiley for many years, he is very, very focused on getting results using this tool. And I'll take the liberty of being blunt. This is a great tool. It's working in all 50 states and 8 provinces of Canada. In fact, it's working better now than ever because the businesses are more interested in the research, their research, okay? And so all you have to do is at the bottom of your screen, on your desktop or on a tablet or on a smartphone, you just scroll down to the bottom. It's got all the presentations you've created, okay? Then all you do, and by the way, it's kind of cool because you could be in the store and you just pull out your phone, tap on your Pulse icon, and tap on the one page, and there it is for you. It's as simple as that, okay? And by the way, I forgot to cover. You can cover with them. Here's your ROI. You only need 60 new customers to get a 5-time return. Well, I'm on Facebook. Yeah, Facebook is good, but not everybody responds to a business Facebook offer. 94% of our audience said they didn't. 6% said they did. They responded in the last 30 days to a specific Facebook offer. So what you're doing is showing them what they're missing. I intentionally wanted to go back to that because I was remiss. I didn't show you how to use these 2 parts here. And by the way, here's a great little, for somebody who says print is dead, 58% of your audience either purchased or sought more information because of an item advertised in your local paper. That's a pretty compelling, piece of information. So back here to the reporting. So you come over here, you click on the navigation, and you mark the one page as presented, okay? So you mark it as presented, today's date, 25th, click set, and you get your Pulse points. You get credit for presenting the presentation. Okay, now, let's say we've got a teaser. See the little icons here? This is teaser talking. This is opening the door with a flyer. And this is the one-page presentation. Okay, so you come over here, and we've got the teaser. We picked up the phone. We called them. We want to get credit for using the teaser. So we just mark as engaged. We engage with the teaser. Okay, when did we engage with the teaser? Today. Simple as that, okay? Okay, now it shows that we've engaged with the teaser. So you can do individual presentations, or you can come up here to reporting. So you click on reporting, and you will see the presentations that you've created, okay? And then all you have to do, and by the way, managers, when you log in and click on reporting, what you will see is each of your team members listed by name and their real-time use and results with the program. You'll see the number they've created, presented, sold, passed, dollars sold, and last time used. But let's go to the ad rep level. This is where it's happening. It shows you as an ad rep the different presentations you've created. You can sort by time. This week, this month, you can put in custom time. But to get credit, okay, so we've engaged with the flyer. Now let's let's put in that we sold it. So we put in mark as sold. Okay, we put in the date. We sold it today. Okay, and then we click on set. I'm going to move something over here. It's blocking my screen. Click on set. Okay, we click on the type of sale. It's a new sale, or it's a renewal sale, or split between renewal and new. Okay, so let's say it's an $18,000 new sale. Okay, so we click on new. But you can split it between new and renewal. So maybe because they see the information, they go, oh my gosh, I should be increasing my frequency. Okay, so they sign for a higher contract. You can record that. Then you click on set. You want to record the presentation date? Yes, you record the presentation date, 25th. It's as simple as that. And so you get credit for. So in summary, you can, on your home page, you've got a list of your presentations. You just scroll down to it and click. Reporting, you get a list. You can search by business. And once again, you just click on the navigation and you can put in what happened. You can also, by the way, edit the presentation, okay? Or you can delete the presentation. It's as simple as that. Okay, so now going back to your dashboard, in closing, you've got a unique opportunity, as Tammy said, starting right now. You got shopping information for their business of your audience that is more compelling, motivating, engaging because of the pandemic. And you've got these tools that you can use anywhere, anytime to find prospects, to very quickly, as you've seen, create a teaser, flyer, or one-page presentation, or just show them in the closing tool how few they need. Here's my recommendation. Number one, go to the businesses who you have. Retention. Let's not lose any more advertisers because of this darn pandemic. They're hurting. Get out there, show them the opportunity, reinforce the value. So you don't get that phone call or email, well, we decided to quit, things are tough and all that, right? Make sure they understand how many households you reach. Be proactive. Show them how few customers they need to sustain, continue. Go back to the businesses who canceled or cut back. Share with them the opportunities of value, the good news, how many households not only are going to change to get a remodeling contractor, but also how many plan to remodel a bathroom, kitchen, etc. That'll get them back, particularly when you show them how few customers they need to start advertising back again to get that opportunity. They want to get their share. And then third is use the prospecting tool to get new businesses, new ones that you might have overlooked, particularly the categories that have increased because of the pandemic. I am so proud and happy to be working with you guys. We will do everything we can at Pulse to assist and support you. Again, my email is marling, M-A-R-L-I-N-G, @paper.net. And so, Tammy, I know Tom had to leave. Tammy, is there anything you'd like to say in wrap up?
No, just to wrap, as I'm sure everyone is aware, I am a huge fan of Pulse. I really, really believe that this takes us from being sales reps to trusted advisors. And I just wanted to reiterate that this data is really speaking to the next 3 months. So it's so important that we hit the ground running, and John is going to be available. I'm available. If you have any questions, I am hoping that you'll get right in there immediately and try and create a campaign, a presentation for your customer. If you have any questions, please reach out. I'm going to follow up this call with the number of households per zip so that each of you have that at your fingertips. And if there's anything else you need, let us know.
Tammy, let me just say this. If they did invitation to create an account, in other words, user, name, and password, sometimes it goes into their spam. just send an email to support, S-U-P-P-O-R-T, support@pulseresearch.com. So if you didn't get an email with an invitation to set up your Pulse user account, just send an email to support@pulseresearch.com, okay?
Thank you, John.
Okay,
Thanks,
thank you,
John.
everybody.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. We'll be in touch. Looking for some great news from you guys.